I congratulate President-elect Biden very much on his victory, and of course I congratulate Kamala Harris on being the first female vice president as she will become in the history of the United States. And the United States is our closest and most important ally, and that's been the case under president after president, prime minister after prime minister. It won't change. And I look forward very much to working with President Biden and his team on a lot of crucial stuff for us in the weeks and months ahead. Tackling climate change, trade, international security, many other issues.
Right, well, as you know, President-elect Biden has called you a clone of President Trump, and he's also made it clear that he thinks Brexit is a mistake and it will diminish Britain in the world. How are you going to convince him that he's wrong?
Well, I think there is far more that unites the government of this country and government in Washington at any time, at any stage, than divides us. We have common values, we have common interests, we have a common global perspective. There's a huge amount of work we need to do together to protect those values. A belief in democracy, in free speech around the world, in human rights, in free trade, in the rules-based international order. All these things are currently under threat. And you have the United States and Britain standing together, as they have done many times in the past, to protect those values. So there's far more, I think, that unites us than divides us.
Congratulate President-elect Biden and Vice President-elect Harris. I'm looking forward to working with them both on the common challenges and opportunities facing our countries and our world. Canada and the United States have a unique relationship, and this bond will always be the strong foundation on which we build our shared future. I also want to take a moment to reflect on the historic milestone reached in this election. For so many people in Canada and around the world, seeing a woman, a Black and South Asian American woman, elected as the next Vice President of the United States is an inspiration and a reminder that everyone's voice belongs in politics. We have confidence in the American electoral process as it has unfolded. I was pleased to congratulate President-elect Biden on the weekend. We will continue to work with the current American administration until January 20th, after which we'll work with the new administration. President Biden, once he's sworn into office, will be my third American president. We've demonstrated an ability to stand up and defend Canadian interests throughout, which we will do as we move forward.
Processes that will still continue in the United States, and the institutions that sit around those are important to their democracy, and that's important, and they will continue. But I join with other nations' leaders around the world in congratulating President-elect Joe Biden and Dr. Jill Biden, together with Vice President-elect Kamala Harris and her partner Douglas Emhoff. This is a profound time, not just for the United States, but for our partnership and the world more broadly. And I look forward to forging a great partnership in the spirit of the relationships that have always existed between Prime Ministers of Australia and Presidents of the United States. I particularly look forward to this as President-elect Biden, because he comes to this relationship with a deep experience and a deep history. A history that has seen him come to Australia before, one that has involved many years of experience within the US system, and one that deeply understands this part of the world.
In America, he has a great deal of experience in foreign policy. He's very familiar with Germany and Europe. I remember very good meetings and talks that we have had in the past. I also want to congratulate Kamala Harris, the Vice President-elect, as the first woman in this position and as the daughter of two immigrants to America. For many, she is an inspiration, an example of what is possible in America. And I look forward to meeting her. The friendship of our two countries is one that has stood the test of time over many decades. Many people here and there live this German-American friendship. It is a treasure that we must preserve, that we must cherish, and we must pass on to new generations of Europeans and Americans, of Germans and Americans. We are allies in NATO. We share common values, from the dignity of the individual, from the rule of law and democracy, and we have common interests as well. The United States of America and Germany, as part of the European Union, must stand together to tackle the major challenges facing us in this day and age. We must stand side by side to cope with the test that is the pandemic. We must fight against global warming. We must fight against terrorism and stand side by side for an open global economy and for free trade. For this is the foundation of our prosperity on both sides of the Atlantic. We Germans and Europeans know that this partnership in the 21st century is one that requires us to take on more responsibility. America may remain our most important ally, but the expectation, quite rightly, on us is that we make stronger efforts to ensure for our own security and to assert our convictions in the world. And we, as Europeans, have long set off down this road. It has been a time of conflict in which the U.S. voters gave such a great deal of responsibility to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. I wish them every success. God bless and thank you.
La sorpresa de la noche. Mientras líderes de todo el mundo felicitaban al ganador de las elecciones de Estados Unidos, el presidente mexicano Andrés Manuel López Obrador se negó a reconocer la victoria de Joe Biden hasta no tener un resultado oficial de las autoridades de su vecino del norte.
Yo no puedo decir felicito a un candidato, felicito al otro, porque quiero esperar a que termine el proceso electoral. Pensamos que lo primero